Just before 9 a.m. this morning in Cowpen Road, a gentleman driving, it is alleged, a white Honda, along with his wife and two children, when three men, highly masked, it is alleged, exit their vehicle and executed him on the spot. It is a tragic incident that continues to be repeated. And perhaps I shall have to look at the history of the Right Honorable Perry Gladstone Christie, because it was in the year 2006 when the Privy Council came down with that abomination ruling. Christie was Prime Minister, and Christie failed to move the impediment that would have allowed the state to hang convicted murderers. And so all over the island of New Providence, there are many, many murders. You go into the eastern area, there's murderers. You go west, there's murderers. In the deep south, there's murderers. Coming up north, it's a nation full of murderers. And it is not one or two people that are committing these murders. It is a nation full of murders, and there's only one antidote, and that antidote is capital punishment. That is the antidote. We shall talk about Edward, or should I call him Eddie Miller. He is alleged to be the name of that Negro man who was killed, I'm advised, in the presence of his close family relatives. So that is sad. I shall also examine the Valley Boys again in view of the fact that the former Prime Minister Perry Gladstone Christie appeared to have listened to my call on him to call people like Brian Adderley and Campbell Clare. So Christie has taken up the challenge. We'll have to deal with it. This is Freedom March. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Lord, bring peace among our Negro young men. Lord, strengthen this government. Strengthen the government of Philip Byrd Davis and Fred Mitchell to move the impediment and start hanging Welcome back to Freedom March, and of course today happens to be Thursday, the 5th of September 2024. Bradley Rule is my spiritual advisor. I'm going to invite him early in the show to do that which spiritual advisors are required to do in a Christian culture, in a Christian civilization, at a time when our people continue to go astray, they continue to commit sins, and the state has become weak. The state is not prepared to confront the murderers in accordance with the law. The state is unwilling to move the impediment that tells every person in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, if you commit murder and the police is able to find sufficient evidence to bring you before a court of law, and should you be convicted, you will suffer death in accordance with the law. This is powerful. We need to petition our blessed sovereign, King Charles III. Moments before I came upstairs, I received a call from a Negro citizen who questioned me extensively as to who was Prime Minister in 2006. And he thinks it is time that we advise our blessed sovereign, King Charles III, to tell the Privy Council that the Commonwealth of the Bahamas would like to execute convicted murderers. God save the King, my spiritual advisor.
Thanks so much, Senator. We got a reading today from the book of John, chapter 5. John chapter 5, a few short verses, 24 to 29. Very truly I tell you, whoever hears my word and believes him who sent me has eternal life and will not be judged, but has crossed over from death to life. Very truly I tell you, a time is coming and has now come when the dead will hear the voice of the Son of God, and those who hear will live. For as the Father has life in himself, so he has granted the Son also to have life in himself. And he has given him authority to judge, because he is the Son of Man. Do not be amazed at this, for a time is coming when all who are in their graves will hear his voice and come out. Those who have done what is good will rise to live, and those who have done evil will rise to be condemned. John chapter 5, 24 to 29. Thank you, producer. Back to you, Sandra.
I thank you, my spiritual advisors. Well, folks, once again, I am repeating myself. Every other day when there is a murder which has been committed here in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. And at some point, we the Bahamian people must take to the street to put pressure on the government and the parliament. There is just too much murders taking place. And how are we going to run a society where people can kill people as they wish, and the judiciary has become so constipated, not able to try cases? We've had some murder cases that have been pending perhaps for many, many years, and it cannot go forward, nor can it go backwards. And that is very sad. It causes the citizens to lose confidence in the administration of justice. Something has to be done, and it is the duty of the party of the day to remember that it is their responsibility to defend the national security of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas and move swiftly against these Negro terrorists. There are just too many murderers living among us, and in many instances, we do not know who they are because they are well masked. So this morning, it is alleged 3 men all believed to be Negro men, were wearing masks, had high sophisticated weapons, and they went on Cowpen Road and Faith Avenue, where a gentleman whom we have identified as Eddie Miller had shown up with his wife and family. And the next thing we have learned is 3 men, all it is alleged to be Negro people. They opened fire, they slaughtered him in the presence of wife and children. It's a very tragic situation, and it's so sad to see that we have no heart, we have no feelings. What sin could he have committed that without a trial, without a judge and a jury, he's executed in cold blood? It's a very sad day in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, and it is sad that the members of Parliament, not one member of Parliament, would take a bill to the House of Assembly, ask for a seconder, and ask that the Parliament resolve that capital punishment shall be the law, and whatever finding the Privy Council has found, I'm certain among both the Free National Movement and the FNM, well, that's the same party, both the Progressive Liberal Party and the Free National Movement, are competent lawyers, lawyers who know how to move the impediment. And we need to return to capital punishment, because it is disgraceful. It is disgraceful every other day that there's a killing in the society, and we have become so insensitive that we go back to the same mental state, which is clearly a sign that we are crazy. We're crazy, you know. All of us are crazy. All of us have brain damages as a result of all this violence. You hear me? And I can tell you that there exists a psychiatrist who told the country, who told the court, who told Sir Telford judges that a man who was convicted of murder should never be freed. You hear me? Do you know that as I talk, they're brushing off that murderer to be set free, even though that psychiatrist testified, even though his cousin was the chief investigator, his cousin, and he told the court that that Negro was so satanic, so mad, that the Chief Justice agreed that he should never be released. But take it from me, the Negro people are ignoring what the court has said, what the psychiatrist has said. And so soon he shall be released. It's madness in this country. Madness. My spiritual advisor, do you have any comments on this point?
No, we can move on. We can move on. So.
Well, you have no comments.
Well, you know.
So since you have no comments,
but you know, Sandra.
Yeah.
You know, the reality is, right. I mean, you've been preaching this for years, trying to help.
But if you're committing murder almost every other day, you have to repeat the same message every other day.
So why isn't the message getting through?
I don't know why the message isn't getting through.
It's almost like you're beating a dead horse.
No, a dead horse is not being beaten, because what is happening is other citizens is taking the law in their hands and committing more murders. That is not the way the society is intended to operate. No citizen has a right to take the law in his hands. That is the duty of the state. That is the duty of the police to investigate, find the evidence, present it to the Attorney General and or the Director of Public Prosecution, who presents a case to the courts, and if the accused is unable to show that he is innocent and the jury rejects his position and concludes that the evidence shows that he is guilty, then justice is to be inflicted upon him.
But obviously the government doesn't feel as if capital punishment will work.
Therefore, it is the duty of the people to take to the streets. That is how it is done in a democracy. If the government doesn't believe in a particular position,
they don't think it's going to
the
work.
people. The problem has been that while the PLP has refused to hang, the FNM has refused to commit themselves to capital punishment. So they have the same position as the PLP. And the evidence of that is leading up to the 2012 general election. The then leader of the Free National Movement, and who became Prime Minister, Dr. Hubert Minnis, and the various members of his Negro cabinet, they all committed to capital punishment. And when the people give them an opportunity to carry out that dynamic policy, what did Dr. Minnis do? He remained politically dishonest, notwithstanding that he said he would hang murderers. He did nothing. All right? He did nothing. So therein lies the problem.
That was 2017, eh? You said 2012.
2017. Thank you, my spiritual advisor. Leading up from Perry Christie.
It was in 2012.
Was in 2012.
Right.
I thank you. And leading into the 2017 general election, Dr. Minnis and his cabinet, they all were committed to capital punishment. And once they got elected, they giggled. They did nothing. So the Bahamian people has no choice. It doesn't have an opportunity to say, well, you know something, the PLP don't want to hang, we're going to support the FNM. No, because the FNM has demonstrated that they are not committed to capital punishment. And we all know who were the members of the Free National Movement cabinet. We can call their name. The last time Dion Folks came close to supporting capital punishment, Sir Cornelius Albert Smith, he was the hangman. And shortly after, he executed a Negro person. Dion Folks joined him above the Taxi Co. Union Hall to have some sheep down. Watch out for me. Watch out for me. Now ask Dion. The only thing he might say is, it was in sheep tongue he didn't eat. Well, if he didn't eat sheep's tongue, he had stewed fish. Because I went up there to see what they were doing. All right? So I thought I'd tell that to you for what it's worth. But we can leave it alone.
Yeah. We're in trouble. We're in trouble in this country, man.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah, it's
terrible.
I understand the young man may have been with either a child or with his family at the time of his murder.
We are told, we've not been able to confirm it. I've not been able to confirm it, but I've told that his wife was present.
Really?
And at least 2 of his children.
Wow.
So I thank God that the angels of heaven protected his wife and his children. So,
but it does seem as if he may have been targeted.
Well, every person who is murdered around here has been targeted. If you're in a crowd and a Negro man jumped from around the wall and started firing in your direction, certainly you are targeted.
I think you know that, man.
My spiritual advisor, I'm supporting you.
It's not a random, that's not a random.
No killings here are random. There are only one or two collateral damages. All right? So therein lies the problem, and I wish to tell the country a secret. There's one politician who knows how to move the impediment. I know he knows how to move the impediment. Can you guess who that is, Mr. Spiritual Advisor?
One politician who may know how to remove the impediment?
Yeah.
Past or present politician?
He's politician today, he was politician yesterday, and he shall be politician forever.
Oh, Ingram?
No, Papa is in retirement.
Okay.
Okay?
So who knows?
You think about it, and we'll talk about it later. And that's going to be very, very powerful. How many minutes do we have?
Before the break.
Oh, we got 5 more minutes?
2 minutes, basically.
Really? Okay,
Yeah.
since we have 2 minutes, I'll have to deal with it afterwards. I don't know what's going on in the studio. My air conditioner used to be piping, and then all of a sudden, it's hot in here.
Yeah, man, it's piping.
It is?
Yeah, man.
Well, something is wrong with me.
It's the
Perhaps
jacket.
I need to take off my coat.
Yeah, the jacket, maybe.
You think it's my jacket?
Or either that red hat, that could be drawing heat.
No, it wouldn't be this red hat. Talking about the red hat, I've never been so devastated today. Moments as I was getting ready to depart from my Black Village residence, I received an important political intelligence. I'm shocked, I am stunned that the leader of Russia, Comrade Vladimir Putin, has issued a statement announcing that he supports Mrs. Kamala Harris. My God, I cannot believe that Putin could betray Donald Trump. Oh, it's a sad, sad day. What are the Russians doing? I want the Russians to keep out of the Americans' campaign. If you are going to do skullduggery, then do it for Donald Trump. But if you're not going to do it for Donald Trump, what the heck you doing? Trying to get a woman to become the leader of the free world so that you Russian men could dominate her?
That's what it's all about.
Huh?
Of course, that's what it's all about.
No man could dominate Donald Trump.
No.
All right?
Kamala's chalk, man.
I'm very upset. I cannot believe that the Russians has done this. And I want the KGB to know that I am upset. I am upset. And I want Russia to keep out of the Americans' campaign. All right? It's a disgrace that Russia is trying to defeat Donald Trump. And I call on people of African descent not to listen to the Russians. We shall vote for Donald Trump. We shall pray for Donald Trump. It's powerful. Y'all keep out of the Americans' election. All right? Vote for Trump. Yes, indeed. Trump knows what the poor man needs. Vote for Trump. Yes, indeed. Trump is the people's champion. Man, I hate communism. The Russian must repent. I call on Comrade Vladimir to withdraw that statement and support Trump. Trump, Trump, Trump. Welcome back to Freedom Match. My name is Rodney Monker. And of course, folks, I'm very upset after I received a report that Comrade Vladimir Putin has announced, I'm advised, that he was really a supporter of President Joseph Biden. But since Joseph Biden is no longer running for office, he supports Mrs. Kamala Harris. And I find that to be very betraying because I know that Vladimir Putin and the Russian people, they prefer to support Donald Trump, but Vladimir Putin appears to have betrayed Trump and he's supporting Mrs. Harris. So this is a developing story, and I hope at some point, as soon as I can find the email address for the president of Russia, and as soon as I can find, his email address, I'm going to send him an email, or better still, I may send him a telegram. I don't know if BTC still does telegram, but in case BTC does, I would send a telegram, and I quote, to Comrade Vladimir Putin, somewhere in Russia, from the Bahamas. I'm very upset as chairman of the Make America Great Bahamas Committee to elect Donald Trump. I'm upset how you could betray Donald Trump. And why do you wish to exploit Mrs. Harris? Huh? We have to protect Mrs. Harris from that kind of exploitation by ensuring that Donald Trump is elected, and it will be powerful. So I thought I would tell that to you. Do you have bills to pay? Because I want to deal with some other issue. Go ahead. Pay bills first, my spiritual advisor.
Okay, great. Looking for a quick getaway? Fly Western Air with daily flights from Freeport to Fort Lauderdale, starting at just $290 round trip, including 40 pounds of checked bags. Book your next adventure now at westernAirBahamas.com. Everybody needs money, always, so send money internationally and locally through Western Union with Money Max. Download the Money Max app today to send cash instantly to a family member or friend anytime and anywhere. Sending money has never been simpler. The app is available on the Apple Store and Google Play Store. Money Max. Live your max life. Back to you, Sandra.
This is powerful. Well, folks, I think it was yesterday. These days are moving so quickly. If it wasn't yesterday, then it was the day before, when I read an announcement from the Health Minister, Dr. Michael Davil, in which he has announced that it is the intention of the Ministry of Health to import approximately 80 nurses from Ghana. Ghana is one of the countries in Africa.
West Africa.
In West Africa. Mm-hmm. Ghana, according to my spiritual advisor, is one of the nations in West Africa. Am I saying it correctly?
That's correct, yeah.
I have no problem with that. But something is happening in the Bahamas that upset me. There is a Jamaican woman who is married to a Bahamian man. They have been married perhaps for 14, maybe more years. But when she married the Bahamian man, she had a little child, a female child. That is not to say that she has not had any other child or children for her Bahamian husband. But she has a daughter who was born in Jamaica. So, if you marry a woman with a child, that child becomes a part of the family. So the child lived with her Bahamian husband and her, and when the child reached the age, they sent her to the government school. And this young girl has done so well that she was taken in to the University of the Bahamas. And guess what she is today? What kind of nurse who have the blue strip on their head? What they call them?
That's the sister? No.
Not sister. Sister ain't got no stripe. I don't mean
registered?
that. I think that's it. She is now a registered nurse.
Okay.
And if I'm pronouncing it incorrectly, she is the nurse with a blue stripe. You heard me? We can't find nurses. Guess what is her problem? Apparently, she had a job at a medical institution, and for whatever reason, she has not been able to get a work permit. As a result of that, she's unemployed, and Dr. Michael Dowell has to go way in Africa. I want to warn you, Bahamians, you know, we cannot argue that we are a part of CARICOM if we don't like the Jamaicans, if we don't like the Haitians, if we don't like the Dominican Republic, if we don't like Caribbean people. Something is fundamentally wrong. That girl mother married a Bahamian. She's faithful to her husband. They're living in the Bahamas. The girl has been educated in government school and is a qualified nurse and can't get a job. Now something is wrong with that. And so I am publicly calling on the minister responsible for health, Dr. Michael Dowell, to employ that Bahamian grown child who was born in Jamaica, raised in the Bahamas, educated. I want y'all to stop it. Because I'll have you to know that among some of the most educated and intelligent people are the people from my country, Haiti, and Jamaica, because I'm a Jamaican as well. See, y'all might know that. I'm a Jamaican, okay? On my mother's side, we are the Cox. And we came out of Jamaica a century or more ago, and then we went into the Turks and Caicos. So I'm Jamaican, okay? And therefore, I want Jamaicans to be treated well. And Dr. Dowell is going to have to employ that young lady, and I shall send him everything about her. So I want to make it clear. And I call on all young people in the Bahamas who are trained nurses, and if you are willing to work for the government there, if you're having any problem, you come to me, because I am the political ambassador for Dr. Michael Dowell. You hear me? And we need nurses. And I love Caribbean people. They're my people. So I thought I would say it to you. What do you think, Mr. Spiritual Advisor?
Well, okay, well, I mean...
Do you support her getting the job? She went to the University of the Bahamas. She's among the top people. I got her certificate. I'm so proud of her. I need her in the Princess Margaret Hospital.
How old is she?
She's about 23 years old.
Okay.
That too young.
She's pretty young.
What do you mean it's pretty you need young people in the hospital.
How much experience do you have?
Huh? She's well trained, she's well educated, and she's also had some experiences in one of our local health facilities. I just don't want to call the local health facility name because it might incite me to curse them out. It's powerful.
I don't have the job, man.
Yeah, so once you live in the Bahamas, you grew up in the Bahamas, you got qualified in the Bahamas, we need nurses, all right? And me and Dr. Dowell, we're cool, and once you have the qualification, by damn, you will be hired. It's amazing. I thank God. Lord, I thank you that as an F&M supporter, that you have blessed me where I can publicly tell this country that notwithstanding my politics, I'm very close to the Minister of Health, and I'm able to petition him for citizens, or should I say for people living in the Bahamas who have been educated in the Bahamas. We didn't pay for the girl education. We didn't pay for her education. We didn't have her at the University of the Bahamas. But by damn, let her make a national contribution and take care of Mama Dem. It's powerful. How does it sound?
Indeed,
Okay.
indeed.
Well, folks, you would recall that on Tuesday, I dealt with the Valley Boys, and I challenged the former Prime Minister Perry Gladstone Christie under threats of having him arrested. Now, you got to watch out for me because I am an unusual
Negro.
justice of the peace. First of all, I was appointed by the Right Honorable Hubert Alexander Ingram. But mind what you hear these F&M say, that's who appointed me. And Ingram made sure, him and Tommy Tynequest, they made sure that they examined my qualification. And they knew that among the grassroots people, if there was one JP that they could count on once they explained the law to me, it's me. So Papa appointed me a justice of the peace. Who's that with Papa? And so,
Is that you, Senator?
that's me, Papa.
You looked fairly young there.
Well,
How long did it was?
well, you know, Papa and I, we've been jacking for a good while. Papa's my political advisor.
Okay.
And so Papa appointed me a JP. And I threatened to arrest Perry Christie. And I'm happy to report that Perry Christie has told the Negro media that he's willing to talk peace among the Valley Boys. I want to tell Brian Adderley. Brian, I'm an Adderley as well. I bet you didn't know that. I'm an Adderley out of Long Island that went into Exuma. And Bradley, I want you to know. Brian Adderley, Brian, I want you to know. I want you to have respect for Perry Christie, you and Campbell Clare. Y'all will talk peace, or I'm going to get upset. And so I'm happy that Christie is interested in uniting the forces, because I want Christie to know that I'm in contact with the Right Honorable Hubert Alexander Ingram, but I don't want to ask Papa nothing political. And I want Christie to know that Papa give the Valley Boys the first lease. And I wouldn't want to have to question Papa on that, because if I question Papa, I'll have to come back and report. But I don't want to disturb Papa on those issues. So I think it's great news, my spiritual advisor, that Mr. Christie has listened to my advice. After all, he's my cousin. And family should live good. And I should not have to order his arrest. So let me tell you what one of the Negro media said about Christie. Former Prime Minister Perry Christie, a founding member of the Valley Boys, said he advocated for the group to resolve its internal rift by having an election, but his efforts were rebuffed. His comments yesterday came after the government announced on Thursday that seed funding for the Valley Boys would be withheld until a meeting on Sunday ahead of resolving the ongoing conflict. Mr. Christie expressed relief at the government's intention, or should I say the government's intervention, especially after his recommendation to the management committee led by Brian Adderley, the leader of the original group, went unheeded. So I want Adderley to know that he is my family. And I want him to know that Perry Christie is my family. And I want Adderley to listen to Mr. Christie. I want to listen to Mr. Christie. And I want Mr. Adderley to talk to Campbell Clare. I want Campbell Clare to also listen. And remember what I say. If you men are interested in cultural unity, you can remain in the shack. You can continue to pace. But if you're not going to be interested in cultural unity, I want you to leave the pace. Remember what I said. Leave the pace. Leave the costume. Leave the goatskin drum, the cowbell, and the bugle. I didn't mention the bugle on Tuesday. Leave the bugle. All right? And that conch shell horn. It's a cultural revolution, and I'm scared of cultural revolution because I think it was around 1966 or in the land, around 66 or thereabout, in China. Comrade Mao Zedong, This would have been the founding revolutionary leader of China. He started a cultural revolution, and millions of people were killed. Okay? And the only kind of culture the Chinese had proficiently was dragon dancing. Here in the Bahamas, all we have is the Walla Shuffle, we have Christie Shuffle, we got everything. So I need peace in the valley. I need peace, all right? And remember what I said. If Christie could go to Haiti to talk with Haitian gangsters, then the only thing Christie know in Creole is bonjour. Although I had a Negro person who said to me, Christie did French. Okay, well, I would accept that Christie did French, but when he talked with the gang leaders, he will have to parler Creole Haitien. So I thought it's great news to see that Christie is calling for election, and I want him to know that the new management of the Valley Boys, led by Trevor Davis. Trevor Davis is a Democrat. Trevor Davis say, let's pace now, let's shake the cowbells, let's get ready for Bay Street, let's rush. And then after the rushing, come March, there'll be election. I think it's a wonderful cultural position. What do you think, my spiritual advisor?
The Valley Boys, the group was formed around, what, 1958 or something like that?
Yeah, around the time.
So, and I can remember, because Cooper used to be
He is the founding leader.
Right. And I believe his son may have been involved in that as well.
Yeah, but we don't allow, he's not royal.
What do you mean?
The only person who's allowed to inherit a throne is our blessed sovereign, King Charles III, and Prince William, the Prince of Wales, and His Blessed Majesty, Prince George. Okay? But
So there was no call for these groups back in the day to be registered, apparently.
Carl Bethel fell down on the job. You see, your problem is you think I'm a joker. I have to talk like this so they don't beat the hell out of me. Carl Bethel, right? He called for the registration of every organization. I came here prior to the official announcement.
Is it in law now?
They
don't have to be registered, right?
You have to be registered to prevent money laundering.
No. You have to be registered to get the seed money. That's what it is, right?
No, let's go more fundamental than that.
But because I'm trying to know if there's a law that says you have to be registered.
Yes, there's a law that says every group, every organization, every lodge.
It is in law now.
Well, Carl Bethel was insisting on it, and those who were registered company who didn't comply, he struck them off. Now, you don't know what I did. When I saw the announcement, I'm leader of the Women Dam. I immediately called on the women to tell me what was Carl doing. The Women Dam instructed me. I then complied with one or two of the provisions, which gave me an opportunity to go to the office of the Attorney General in 2019. And I questioned, and I smiled, and I left. I said, I got Carl and the F&M, I'll wait for this. All right? So part of the provision to stop, listen to what I said, money laundering. Because if there's no registration, you could claim that this is Junkanoo seed, but the source of it could never be determined.
Yeah, okay, I understand that.
All right?
Okay,
all right. That. So understand what this is. This is greater than what you're talking about. When Trevor Davis and the other brothers in the Valley Boy proceeded to register, they were not only complying with what they should do as a Junkanoo group, they were also complying with a fundamental law that Carl Bethel, in his capacity as Attorney General, was insisting be complied with. But Carl fell down. Don't forget now, Carl is not surrounded by any JP. If he had me in the office of the Attorney General, notwithstanding my lack of education, I have the political instinct, the legal instinct. So while everybody was upset, I went to the essence of it. And what was the essence? Money laundering. These Negro things, they smarter than me. You're not smarter than me. You're more educated than I am, but definitely not smarter. All right? And that's fundamentally what needs to be dealt with. And that is why these organizations need to be registered, so that we will know that they are complying with a powerful law that is designed to prevent money laundering and is designed to allow the authorities to monitor. But y'all ain't got to listen to me. All right? Y'all ain't got to listen. You don't think y'all smart, eh? You ask the Haitian. I went to immigration today. And when I walk in immigration, every Haitian knew that mon cœur, ça c'est moi, that's me, had arrived. It's powerful. I want to shout out the many Haitian men and women that I met at immigration today, and I want them to know now that I was joking with them when I said that my papers wasn't straight, okay? I want you to know that my papers are straight. Nobody could catch me, okay? My papers are straight. Ma besoin tout le monde haïtien pour connaître les moi aller dans bureau immigration, m'a joué à coup. Tout papier moi bon. C'est bon parce que ma fête na Bahamas, maman moi fête na Bahamas, papa moi fête na Bahamas. But longtemps, famille mon cœur sorti Haïti longtemps. So I just had to let the Haitian people know that I was only joking with them when I told them that my papers were not straight. And I can assure you, if I discovered that my papers are not straight, the PLP would straighten it for me. They would make sure that I am a citizen, and they would make sure that I could be with the FNM and with PLP. I think it would be powerful, is it?
Yeah, interesting.
Okay, so we said that, and of course, Trevor Davis, the Prime Minister's brother, he was very excited, having read Mr. Christie's statement. He regarded Perry Christie as a cultural hero and a wonderful peacemaker, and he loves the fact that Mr. Christie wants the Valley Boys to unite, and that Mr. Christie support this concept, which the Valley Boys has never practiced for the last 58, 59 years, which is democracy, which is having an election. So Trevor is excited. And as the spirit moves me, I'll tell you some more things about
So
what
who's
Trevor said.
responsible for splitting up this group now?
Well,
Something went wrong.
what has happened here is this.
After all
The
these
leadership,
years.
you have to understand these Negroes. Nobody wants to comply with the law.
Did Trevor form a coup?
If you don't comply with the law, and thousands of dollars are coming in, there's no election, there's no accountability, there's no transparency, people could then say you're thieving the money. You may not, but there's no accountability, there's no transparency. And then as the fellas beat and rush, at the end of the day, you got a nice car. Your woman, you could take her elsewhere. And my boy round the corner in Black Village, he sucky teeth and say, man, they even don't throw a little party.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
So these fellas think they own the Valley
funds.
Boys. Many of them think they own the Saxon. I got a good friend who's been a Saxon. And then one morning he woke up and he looked around. And when he saw what was going on, he stopped rushing. So that's what's going on. So Trevor Wiley. Trevor Davis. Trevor Davis, the younger sibling of the Prime Minister. He and other cultural revolutionaries, they have moved to comply with the law, while Campbell Clare has failed to provide the leadership. And I suspect I understand what it is. Campbell is not known to be a man who could dance. See, that's the problem. Campbell is not known to be a man who could shake cowbells. Campbell is not known to be a man who could beat goatskin drum. And therein lies the problem. And I don't think Campbell could scull. he doesn't strike me as a man who can scull. And you need people who can dance. Perry Christie can dance. You follow? So he should be able to dance his way through it. And I think it's great what is going on in Junkanoo. It's great fun. And all I want them to do is to be peaceful. And I want everybody to know I'm serious with it. Today, I have all kind of pens on me. And I have been traveling with my seal. And if Christie doesn't bring peace, if Christie does not bring peace to the Valley Boys, I promise to use my JP appointment that Mr. Ingram gave me to order the Commissioner of Police to retain him culturally. And Christie will not be able to dance, shake cowbell, or participate in Junkanoo. Man, I powerful, eh? God save the Valley Boys. God save Christie. It's powerful. Back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Moncur. Bradley Wood is my spiritual advisor. And of course, it's birthday time, Bradley. Will you take the lead?
Yeah, we got a couple birthday shout outs to do today. Let's see. Da-da-da-dum. All right, here we go. We want to wish DCP, Damien Sweeten, a happy birthday. Birthday wishes, of course, is coming from members of the Kiwanis Club of Pinewood Gardens. A very distinguished president, Damien, from President Calvert and the members of the Kiwanis Club of Pinewood Gardens. So happy birthday to DCP, Damien Sweeten. Okay, Madeline Gardner is celebrating a birthday. Happy birthday to Madeline Gardner. It's coming from your lovely daughter, Georgette Gardner. Happy birthday to you. May you live to enjoy many, many more birthdays. Dorothy Curtis is celebrating a birthday. Happy birthday, Dorothy Curtis. It's coming from her sister. Especially your children, your grandchildren, family, and friends. They want you to have a great day and they love you. Happy 70th birthday to Dorothy Curtis. Do we have an anniversary, I think? Okay, yeah, we have an anniversary. Lyndon and Camilla. Happy anniversary. 11th wedding anniversary to Lyndon. Camilla, sorry. Happy 11th wedding anniversary to Lyndon and Camilla. It's coming from their children, Kaylin, Kayla, and Kiara, and the other family members, including Living Waters Church family. So happy birthday to Lyndon and Camilla. All right. I think what we want to do, we want to do something very special today here at Freedom March. We want to, I think I may have sent it to be read. Let's see. Where do I have it? Okay, right. All right, so here's what we want to do. You know, there's the lady that lost her 3 sons. We want to do something for her today. Their friends, family, and kind-hearted strangers. The mother, as a mother, I am living through the worst nightmare that you can imagine. My 3 precious sons, Philip McCarron Christie, Philip DiCaprio Christie, and D'Angelo Candace Christie, were tragically taken from me in a vehicle accident on September the 2nd, 2024. And my heart is broken in ways I can't even begin to describe. Their loss has left an unimaginable emptiness in my life, and I am struggling to cope with the overwhelming grief. My heart is comforted by the calls, well wishes, and condolences as per the requests of the general public. The account below can be used to send monetary donations. Any donation, no matter how small, will be a blessing as I navigate this painful journey. Your kindness, love, and prayers mean more to me than words can express. I know that nothing can bring my sons back, but your support will help ease some of the financial burden they face and will allow me to focus on keeping their memories alive in my heart. Donations can be made to Scotiabank. The name is Lovan Christie. The account number is 002526524. Once again, the account number is 002526524, and the branch number is 59105. Let me repeat that again. That's Scotiabank, Lovan Christie, account number 002526524, and the branch is 59105. Thank you for your generosity and compassion. From one grieving mother to many supportive hearts, I thank you for standing with me in my darkest hour. With love and gratitude, Lovan Miller Christie. We just thought we'll do that for her to see how best we can help her navigate through this very difficult time in her life. Our thoughts and prayers go with her and her family. Thank you, Medusa. Back to you, Sandra.
Well, folks, I want to join my spiritual advisor, Bradley Rule, in appealing to members of the public to help to assist Mrs. Lovan Miller Christie, whose 3 sons perished earlier this week. It's a very devastating accident. It's a terrible thing to have 3 healthy children, 3 healthy sons. Their father died just before them, and then they perish. It's tragic, and I'm certain that the vast majority of the Bahamian people are sympathetic to Miss Miller Christie. But sympathy without help is no good. And so I am appealing to members of the public to give a financial donation, no matter how small it is. So my spiritual advisor, once again, will you kindly tell them the name of the bank and the account number?
Okay.
We have to learn to be kind, and it doesn't matter how big the funds are or how small it is. It adds up. It's already tragic to have 3 children killed,
yes,
3 young adult males, and then after the crying is over, which is never really over, you have to now deal with funeral expenses. And you know that funeral expenses in the Bahamas can be very expensive. And I think the time has come where we need to tell these funeral parlors, these undertakers, that they have to be more competitive, and they need to bring down the costs of funerals. Even graveyard is now very expensive, very, very expensive. And so to die is costly, and all of us is expected to die. There are some, if we are alive, when Christ shall in his kingdom come, well, we are taught that those of us who are alive and are saved, my spiritual advisor,
will be caught up to
will
meet
be
the Lord.
caught up. So, do you have the account number again?
So, if you want to assist Ms. Lovan Christie,
What is her first name?
Lovan.
Lovan
Christie.
Miller
Christie.
Christie.
Right.
So Lovan is capital Lovan, Miller, capital Miller, Christie, capital Christie, and it's Scotia Bank.
Yeah, Scotia Bank, and the account number, let me make sure I got this correct now. Okay, I can bring it up, it's clearer. The account number is 002-526-524. Let me repeat that number. The account number is 002-526-524, and the branch number is 59105. So thank you for your generosity and compassion. From one grieving mother to many supportive hearts, I thank you for standing with me in my darkest hour. With love and gratitude, Lovan Miller Christie.
And as I conclude this point, I want to point out to members of the public, sympathies without help is not good. And so I'm happy that I've received reports that there have been many people who have visited this grieving mom, has prayed for her, has extended sympathies, but a funeral services has to be had, and funerals in the Bahamas are very, very expensive. In 1980, the late Sir Roland Simonet, he would be the first Premier of the Bahamas and the father of a former Deputy Prime Minister, Brent Simonet. Sir Roland died if I recall correctly, in 1980. And Sir Roland was a multi-millionaire. And he had a simple coffin. From my memory, it appears as if it was made from plywood. And let me tell you, he had plenty of money. The Ben Pinling and the PLP introduced the public disclosure bill. Sir Roland resigned, and I think that was like around 1977, I think, forcing a by-election. But Sir Roland Simmons was a multi-billionaire, and he resigned because he felt that Pinling was wrong to make politicians disclose how much money they were making and how much money. 1977 to now is about 47 years. So if I'm correct, it is only 47 years later that I realized that Pinling and the PLP were wrong to introduce the public disclosure bill. And 47 years later, you will see, nobody really complies with it. We've seen prime ministers, they don't comply, even though there's a penalty. You will recall that Dr. Minnis, he appointed Miles LaRota as the chairman of the Public Accounts Committee. And notwithstanding that Miles LaRota, who is a saved man, notwithstanding that Miles LaRota is an attorney at law, notwithstanding that Miles LaRota would have seen how politicians didn't disclose, Miles didn't even complain because the law was so impotent, it was so weak, that you had to get the prime minister or the leader of the opposition to bring charges. So you see, it was one big joke. And that is why, I think it was in 1977, that the nation's first big black speaker, I bet you don't know who's the first big black speaker in an independent Bahamas. Well, that would be the late Sir Arlington Butler. And when Pinland didn't get to the House of Assembly on time, they pulled like a coup and pushed the bill on the side. If I have it correctly, and Pinland sent for the speaker, that's Sir Arlington Butler, but the convention, as practice in London, you never send for the speaker. If the Prime Minister wants to see the speaker, he goes to the speaker. And Sir Arlington refused to go to see Pinland. So what do you think Pinland do? Pinland dissolve, or should I say, he prorogue the parliament and order a new session and push the bill through. But it don't work. And this is not a kind of society like the United States where you need campaign financing. Ha! Why should Mr. Sawyer, that County Joe man, or the Blair, who gave the F&F all kind of money, why do we need to call his name? Thank God he's dead. I could call his name, but I'm not going to call his name because he was so dependable and so orbital in Crest. See, don't mind these people and you, but there's F&M. Tommy knows what I'm talking is true. So Orbital and Crest depended on that County Joe man, because I don't know where that County Joe man used to find money. Boy, them County Joe could find money. And if Dr. Dwayne Sands is, we'll have to be careful, if he makes the mistake and call the County Joe people a name, they definitely can get no money. All right? This ain't in America. See, in America, they need campaign financing reform. In America, they need public disclosure. Because in America, there's millions of dollars. What you need public disclosure for if the PLP give me one contract? You don't need no public disclosure.
Why not?
You don't. That's Negroism. All right? It's foolishness. It will never work. What kind of campaign financing? Huh? I only call Edward St. George's name so I could show people that I got some of the money too. Okay? And if y'all don't stop it, I'm going to reactivate my party, and all I can do is raise funds. This isn't in America. In America, you need campaign reform or finance reform. Why? They got multi-billion dollars contract. What we got? Huh? Shenandoah only spent about $52 million. Only about $52 million. And we can't get Shenandoah to talk about it. Because once you ask Shenandoah how much money he spent, he started crying. Okay? So, you know, that's what you're up against. See, nobody can tell you what I say. And they're going to say to you, don't mind Monica. Monica ain't got no education. That's true. But by grab, I know their secret. All right? I was right there in the F&M. I knew what was going on. I was very, very tight. And I can tell you that many F&M meetings, when all the juices and goodies were left over, Sir Kendall will turn to his wife and say, pack up the rest for Monica, because I was poor. And they'll pack up my bag, because I had 3 little baby children, and they'll pack up my bag. All kind of F&M juice, right? And one F&M was upset, and I said to him, you eat the chicken sauce. I eat no chicken sauce, because the Conky Joe had bought some chicken feet. And I tell the F&M, because I had some of the top Conky Joe on my side. Norman Solomon. Check the record. I brought Norman Solomon to Black Village. And everybody know that Norman Solomon was a multi-billionaire. All right? And I refused to eat the chicken feet. I said, the Conky Joe ain't buy that for me. He buy it for y'all. And Sir Kendall had to tell his wife, see, they could cost me to show this country how much F&M. Sir Kendall then turned to his wife, wonderful woman. She said, now, don't give him no chicken feet, but you pass up. I eat chicken feet, but the chicken feet I eat, I buy my chicken feet. You think I stupid? Jack, the Conky Joe man, can buy chicken feet for me? 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 Who is a descendant of the UVP? Not me. That's for them, said a Negro. All right? Y'all didn't hear it? Yeah. So don't mind them. They talk about this F&M. They know F&M. Sir Kendall, no, Isaac, never turned to his wife and say, pack up anything for them. But my bag. And I'm grateful. You know, this is have little baby children. You've been out with the F&M.
Oh, Lord.
They ain't getting nothing. And when you reach home, the children say, Daddy, I'm hungry. I said, well, don't worry about nothing. So Kendall and his wife, they pack up a big, big bag. Janet Bosberg ought to know, because she knew I was very close. Watch me. She knew I was very close with Sir Kendall, Isaac. And we've not had any modern F&M who ensures that the wife pack up little bag. So when I went to the Senate, I remember the F&M sent me there with through Loretta Butler. They couldn't understand why I was shopping in the Senate. Well, I was used to that in the party. All right? I was used to that in the party. You will hear nobody tell you what I say. And no matter what they tell you about me, I can handle them. Because I got something on them. I got the history. And me and Sir Kendall, we were tight. Me and Sir Oval, we were tight. Me and Janet Boswick was tight. All right? She's only gone astray in recent years. And I can tell you a secret that none of them, the leader of the party couldn't tell you, Michael Pintard. The chairman of the party can't tell you that. And if you don't believe me, challenge me. All right? I will tell you how from 1992, how much years that is today, my spiritual advisor?
92.
To now. Do the maths fast. You was working in the bank.
Yeah.
1992 to now, some years.
I need a
That's
calculator.
32 years, my spiritual advisor.
Let me double check. 1992
Yes.
2024. 32 years.
Thank you, my spiritual advisor. 32 years later, the F&M celebrated its anniversary. And the man who buy the F&M headquarters, the party refused to honor him and to name the headquarters after him. There's only one F&M. I called publicly on Michael Pentard and Dr. Dwayne Sands to name the F&M headquarters the Boogaloo Building, the Alfonso Elliott Building. This ain't no real F&M. Papa knows I'm on the right track. That building on Mackey Street, Alfonso Boogaloo Elliott, the late Alfonso Boogaloo Elliott, that's his money. He buy that for the F&M. And if Michael was a real F&M, and if he knew that, on the 32nd anniversary of Hubert Ingram and the F&M victory, they should change the headquarters and name it. Name it what?
This is after Boogaloo.
Yes. It's powerful. See how good I am? Politically. All right? But Ingram understands the significance, because watch what Ingram did when he came to power. He named the office of the Prime Minister the Cecil Wallace Whitfield Building. You see that? You want to hear another thing that these F&M don't know? Do you know who introduced political education in government? Hubert Ingram. Huh? They don't know that. They don't know that when Ingram started political education for members of parliament, who you think was the guest speaker? Perry Christie. What you think Ingram said? He said that when he go, he taking Perry Christie with him. And when Perry went to the platform, Perry said, Ingram going by himself. Watch out for me, eh? They ain't got nothing on me, other than they're more educated, they're more sophisticated, they got better class, and so forth and so on. But I'm having the fun. And if they don't believe me, ask Papa. All right? Yeah, Fred introduced it at the party level, but at the government level, it was Hubert Ingram. I deliberately held that back so I could see what the Negroes going to say. And of course, I was excited today. I had a nice little conversation with Mr. Ingram. He's doing fine, and he wants to know how I was doing. I said, Papa, I'm doing fine as well. So I just want everybody to know that I could show off, all right? I did have a wonderful, wonderful conversation with Mr. Ingram. It's emotional. It's emotional, so it's powerful. Well, my spiritual advisor, any comments you want to make?
No.
This is powerful.
But,
yeah.
You read the chairman of the Progressive Party. You read his statement, right?
Which one are you referring to?
He said about some kind of candidate training.
Yes, I did not read it, but my glimpsing of it has suggested that Fred Mitchell has accused us in the F&M of stealing the PLP idea. But the F&M need not worry. It was Hubert Ingram who introduced it in government. These F&M don't know how to defend the party. Give me the F&M. I'm the rightful leader. God save the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. God save the King. Welcome back to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. It's about 5:30, and just before I open up the lines, I want the country to know how upset I am when it was drawn to my attention that the last man on the planet to go against Donald Trump would turn coat on the incoming president of the United States. I'm very saddened that there is now evidence that the Russians are interfering with the election. And according to international reports, Comrade Vladimir Putin, the leader of Russia, has revealed that he had intended to support President Biden. And since President Biden is no longer running for president, he's throwing his support after Mrs. Kamala Harris. I call on the Russians publicly to keep their dirty hands of the American election. I don't want the Russians to be interfering. And I call on Negroes around the world to pray for victory for Donald Trump and to vote for Donald Trump. A prayer for Donald Trump is a rejection of racism. A vote for Donald Trump is a rejection of color and feminism. This has nothing to do with who is black or who is white. This has to do with policies, and Donald Trump will make a wonderful international leader. And it is unfair. Who knows, maybe after the election, if God spare my life, I shall write to the United States Parliament and petition the Parliament to allow non-Americans to vote only for leader of the free world. I don't want to vote for who becomes the president, but remember, whoever becomes president of the United States become president, or shall I say, leader of the free world. And I want my leader to be Donald Trump. God said, President Donald Trump, and may the Americans rebuke Comrade, what's his name? I've even forgotten his name.
Vladimir Putin.
Vladimir Putin. It's powerful. So, once again, vote for Trump. Yes, indeed. Donald Trump knows what the American need. And America need a big wall. Okay? A big wall. We cannot allow the Chinese to be the only civilization to build a big, big wall. The Americans must stop that. They beat China to the moon. They beat China to Mars. They beat China in space. Now they must beat China in building a wall. The Chinese has the biggest wall in the world for the last 4,000 or 5,000 years. I want the Americans to have the biggest wall and to protect the southern border. It's powerful. God save the United States of America. God save the incoming world leader, President Donald Trump. It's powerful.
323-7775 is the number to call. 698-0775. 698-0776. The lines open. You can call us. We got 20 minutes to entertain some calls. So feel free to call us. If you want to engage us, the numbers are 323-7775, 698-0775, and 698-0776. I think I was supposed to pay a bill, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
I'll check with them.
Let the spiritual advisor pay bills, okay?
Welcome to Freedom March. Call you live. Oh, okay, let's do that first. Yes, let's pay this bill first. Looking for a quick getaway? Fly Western Air with daily flights from Freeport to Fort Lauderdale, starting at just $290 round trip, including 40 pounds of checked bags. Book your next adventure now at westernAirBahamas.com. Everybody needs money always, so send money internationally and locally through Western Union with Money Max. Download the Money Max app today to send cash instantly to a family member or friend anytime and anywhere. Sending money has never been simpler. The app is available on the Apple Store and Google Play Store. Money Max. Live your max life. All right, the line's open 323-7775, 698-0775, and 698-0776. Welcome to Freedom March, caller. You're live. Hello? Welcome.
Hi.
Yeah, go ahead. You're live, caller.
Okay. This is the lady that called you the other day about not being able to get your dialysis, right? A gentleman had called him and he said that he was not the left hand was right answering, but I never got a call.
Yes, I am aware that you never got your matter. Do me a favor, give your number again to the producer.
Okay.
And give him your name.
Okay.
Okay, he has indicated that he has your name and number, but just to play it safe, Mr. Producer, quietly ask her number again, because she has asked for assistance.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Monk.
Yes, ma'am.
You're welcome, ma'am. Take care.
So this is thank you. This is a lady who complains that she has no means by which to get to the hospital for her dialysis treatment. Certainly, social services, certainly the Ministry of Health should make provision for the least fortunate in our society who needs that treatment and is unable to get it. Many people in our society are very, very poor. There's some people who are family. I knew of a lady, all she has is children with car, but they never took her to dialysis. I was always suspicious as to their motives, but they never took her. She had to depend on neighbors. So there are many people in our society who needs that assistance, and it's the PLP. The PLP has always been the champion of the people. The PLP has always been the advocator for socialized medical and socialized medicine and socialized assistance. So she needs it.
Welcome to Freedom March, caller. You're live.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to both of you.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm just calling with reference to a challenge that was thrown out yesterday about a prize. I don't know if you have received a winner already.
That's right. That is true.
Yeah.
What is your answer?
My answer would be it was Inspector Wayne Miller.
Inspector Wayne Miller. Okay. Write that down, my spiritual advisor.
We got it.
What are you going to do? You're going to give my producer your name and your number. So you wrote down Inspector Wayne Miller?
Wayne Miller.
You
I
wrote it
remember
down?
it.
No, man. Write it down. I don't.
What you want me to write this down for?
Didn't a man call and say whoever answered, he can
Yeah,
get him
he's
$50
going to call
a
in
day?
soon. He's
Write
waiting.
it down. Write it down. Give your number to the producer with your name so that we would be able to contact you if it is successful. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Somebody gave that answer yesterday. I don't think that's the right answer.
Okay.
Welcome to Freedom March, caller. You're live. 323-7775. Welcome to Freedom March, caller. All right, we lost that call. Next call, please. Welcome to Freedom March.
Yes, good afternoon, Mr. Monk, spiritual advisor. How are you all doing today?
I am fine. That's Sister Woman, eh?
That's Shanika, man.
Yes, hi, Mr. Advisor.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I'd like to weigh in on what you all talked about yesterday. Two things, the Valley Boys and the parental dressing of parents. First of all, going on with the Valley Boys, I feel what is happening with them is very disheartening, as I am a proponent fan of the Valley Boys. And, you know, if those persons choose to defect from them or leave them, they need to leave with class and dignity, the same way they entered in, with class and dignity, and don't cause any type of division or severing. And it is inappropriate for them to be trying to take a name in which many of them probably weren't even alive to be a part of creating. You know, don't try and uproot something that has so much roots and history behind it with your misbehavior. That's very inappropriate, and I'm saddened by that. If you want to leave quietly, leave respectfully, and thank God for what you learned while you were there, because you learned as you are a part of that group. You know, don't do that. And you cannot take a name you didn't create. You weren't a part of that. So don't do that. Just leave quietly and respectfully. And then the next one is with the parents dressing. Some of them dress unseemly, and I've seen it myself. It's highly inappropriate for that photo that I saw of that young lady with all of her buttocks out, and that looks like some form of sleepwear she had on. That is highly inappropriate for young
Shanika,
ladies.
do me a favor. My number is 8015760. Send me the picture. Let me see it.
The one you all had yesterday.
I never had a picture yesterday.
Well, they have it on Facebook.
No.
And it's very inappropriate, and it looks
I want you to
very
listen to me.
nasty, sir.
Woman, listen to me. Would you be kind and send me the sinful picture?
Okay, sir.
All right.
I'll send it to you.
Send it to me. Thank you,
Yes,
eh?
sir.
All right. Hello, welcome to Freedom March. Hello.
Hello,
Yes, ma'am. Welcome.
Miss Ivanka.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi. Spiritual advice.
Can I-
I want to know, with all this crime rate going on, want to know why you're interested in Donald Trump winning the election.
Well, don't forget now, we depend, this is the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, on tourism. The vast majority of the tourists are American citizens. So when I look at the United States, I don't see what most Negro people see. I see a land full of tourists. And I need all of them to come here lawfully, peacefully, and vacation and enjoy themselves and bring some big bucks. It's powerful. I am convinced that Donald Trump being elected, I would be able to petition him and ask him to declare the Commonwealth of the Bahamas as the vacation center for every American citizen. And I will ask Donald Trump that every American who comes to the Bahamas, he'll cut their taxes. It's powerful.
But, do you think they will come with all this crime rate going on?
Yeah, man, they got more crime rate in America than us. They have one 14-year-old boy. He killed 2 teachers, killed 2 students. And he has been under investigation from last year, but the FBI fell down on it. The CIA fell down on it. The DEA fell down on it. Here in the Bahamas, our police would have captured him. Don't forget now, we had a student with a fake AK-47 RU, and our police catch him. Don't forget, the American baddest gangster came to the Bahamas. He was the man with the barefoot bandit. Who captured him? The FBI couldn't find him. The DEA couldn't find him. The CIA couldn't find him. What do you think the Bahamian police did? They gave him some counsel and some collect, and they arrested him.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you,
Monka.
caller.
Okay. Our police is better. Go ahead.
323-7775. Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon. Spiritual advisor, Mr. Monka. I just want to give an answer in
Go ahead.
regards to the question.
Okay, what's your answer?
Okay, my answer is Chief Superintendent Berkey Wright Jr.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe that's... Yeah.
Would you then kindly give my producer your name and your answer?
Yes, sir.
Any 2 or more persons who have the same answer, we will share the £50. Okay?
I've been calling you forever.
No problem.
We're glad you got through, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
All righty, take
What
care.
do I do?
Give the producer
Your name and
will.
number.
your name, number, and answer.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. She said Becky Wright, Chief Superintendent Becky Wright, who hails from Mama's Island, Great Exuma.
Exuma, absolutely.
Yeah.
Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Spiritual advisor,
Good afternoon.
the lady is correct and true.
Okay, so she'll get a
So,
prize.
yeah, she is correct and true. Now, Brother Manga,
Yes?
I will get this thing to you in the morning.
Now-
I can find you in the morning.
What?
And then you can arrange for her to come and pick it up.
Let me find out from you. Which lady are you referring
The
to?
last person just said that Berkey right.
Okay.
She is correct.
Next, what is it that you will be delivering?
I'll be delivering a meat package from Balsuma's Choice. Not the package, the slip that she can go and get her variety of meats that she wants to get.
So you will not bring the meat.
No.
You
I
bring
just
a
bring the
voucher.
slip to you tomorrow sometime.
Are you?
It'll definitely be before 12.
Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
you didn't want to drop it off here at the studio.
Well, I could do that if that's okay. I just put an envelope and leave it. Yeah.
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 Do
But I
that.
just called a couple minutes earlier to the producer so I could give him the correct answer. And he said, man, he has somebody on the phone now. Hold on.
Okay.
So, yeah, she is correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, we got that sorted out. I have another problem for you.
Okay.
Not a problem, but a question.
Go ahead.
A three-way race in Kalani with Dr. Minnis, Senator, what's the senator lady name there who died? He used to be the Chief Justice. Barnett.
That's Barnett Ellis, Senator
Yeah.
Barnett Ellis.
Barnett Ellis.
Yeah.
Now, I want you to be honest with me now. Don't pull aside.
How dare?
Barnett Ellis.
Hold on a second. How dare you question the honesty of a justice? Of
No, I
the
said I
peace?
want you to be straight up. Because
Goodness of
I'm
mercy.
going to name the next candidate.
I'm the straightest man in the FNM.
Yes, I believe that.
Okay.
I believe that. Now, Dr. Minnis, Senator Barnett, and Loretta Butler Turner in a three-way race in Kalani.
Yeah.
What do you think will be the outcome of that?
I think Loretta will first grab Dr. Minnis and give him a knockout. Then, when it comes to the Chief Justice's daughter, Loretta will also defeat her.
Thank you.
Okay.
That was the argument today.
What is
and
the-
you say,
what
and
is
I
the-
told everybody to tune into you because I gotta put the question to you.
And what is the
Oh.
prize? What is the
Yeah.
prize? What is the prize for that? I seem to have won
You
it.
the straight. You know the new vitamin that just came out with the hibiscus and the coconut?
Hibiscus and coconut.
Vitamin. You tried that yet?
Would I be able to get 2 pieces of that?
I said hibiscus and coconut. That's a vitamin.
Will I be able
The
to get
drink.
2 pieces of that?
You can get 2 bottles.
Okay.
All right, when I come to bring the thing, I'll leave 2 bottles for you tomorrow. I ain't giving out nothing else no more than Christmas.
I thank you. You're a wonderful Negro.
God bless you.
This is powerful.
All right, thank you, caller. Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Yes! Wow! Thank you.
Speak, woman, speak.
Wow. I guess I won the prize.
Oh, okay,
Okay.
great.
When
Yeah.
you come here tomorrow, you're going to get a voucher for 50 pounds of meat,
Wow.
and I only want 2 pieces, eh?
Yes, sir.
This is powerful. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
All right, take care. Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Hello.
Go ahead, caller. You're live.
Good afternoon to you both.
Good afternoon.
Mr. Manka,
Sir.
this is your boy Victor Brown.
Hello, Mr. Brown.
Okay. What I need you to do for me,
Yes.
we have a very, very nice park in Golden Gate where I live.
What part?
Very nice.
What part of Golden Gates do you live?
I live also in Vincent Road, but the park is on the road going down.
Yeah, Golden Gates Street.
Golden Gate Park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that on Golden Gate Street too?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Now, we have some exercising machine and everything on that park. I don't know who installed them, but there's one particular machine there.
Yes.
when you go on it to exercise, it continue to rock. It is very slack.
Okay.
You need to do some servicing. Could you please look into that, because that's one of those machines I love to go on, but I'm afraid to go on it now because it continue to rock and I don't want it to fall with me.
Okay, well, I want you to listen to my instructions.
Okay.
Two houses down. I hope I'm saying it correctly.
Okay, it's in the area where Jack lives, your friend Jack.
That you are to go to Jax. Tell Jax that I sent instruction that he is to inspect that and immediately report to me whether or not he has the means to fix it, because I suspect, see, Jax is a very big fat man and he's been doing a lot of exercise there. So I suspect Jax might have...
So I leave that to you then?
No, you talk to Jax. Jax is my man on that street. You don't see how I identify the street? You
All
talk
right,
to Jax?
I usually see him when he come to walk his dog.
Yes. Which one of the dogs he would be walking?
Well, I know, it looked like a little poodle.
That's Stoogie. So when he comes with the dog, you speak to him, tell Jax I asked that he inspect it, see if he can fix it, and if he can't, take a picture and send it straight to Black Village, okay?
Okay.
And I thank you. Any more problems on that corner, you tell Brother Jax.
All right, thank
and
you.
I shall talk with Mrs. Pia Glover Rule, okay?
Welcome to Freedom Mosque. Are you live?
What's up?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Michael and Spiritual Writer.
Yes,
Sir.
Yeah, how you doing, sir?
We're doing well, thank you.
Yeah, I'm calling from Marco City.
Really?
Yeah.
Who's your
I'm on the
MP?
record to say I live in Marco City.
Who's your MP?
And the best MP we ever had is Mr. Michael Pentard.
Well, you better thank me for that, because I trained Michael
And he's
Pentard.
going to be the next Prime Minister
Michael won't say that,
of the
though.
Bahamas.
You better
Mark
thank
my
me.
word.
You better thank me, because I trained him.
Yeah.
You didn't know
trained
that?
him?
Of course I
He's
did.
the best MP
He
we ever
doesn't say
had.
though.
I trained him though.
Yeah. And he's going to be the next Prime Minister of the Bahamas.
Well, he's gonna have to be able to defeat Philip Brave Davis
Oh,
and the
he's gonna take
PLP.
more. It's a landslide.
I can tell you right up the top. No, he will not be able to defeat
Well, because
Philip Brave Davis.
Just a matter of time.
Michael is not coming back to Marco City.
Where you going?
He's going to get rid of Aram Lewis, and he's going to take Aram's safe seat.
No, man. You ain't gonna get-
Mark
you
my
gonna
word,
get
comrade. Mark my word. We're going to
No.
put Michael in a safe seat.
He in the safe seat now.
Well,
Marco
the-
City, he's the only one that's been consecutive in Marco City.
Well, my
He's in
brother,
the safe seat right now.
take it from me. We're going to put him.
But you take it from me. He's in the safe seat.
Okay, well, we should.
Everybody in Marco City love him. PLP, FNM and PLP.
Well, shucks. We
I tell you, 'cause he
we
does
should all
everybody
love him.
good.
Give me credit for that, eh?
You're going to see Mr. Monka, mark my word.
I shall mark your word, my brother.
Yeah, he's going to be the next Prime Minister. And also,
Yes?
Miss Harris going to be the next President of the United States.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you a personal question. Please do not be upset. What is the skin color? What is your skin color?
I blocked her.
You are a racist, and I
I'm
call
not
upon
racist,
you.
man.
I
I'm
call.
not saying I'm racist.
I want you to listen to me. You are a racist, and
No,
I'm
why you saying I'm
embarrassed.
racist?
You support Donald Trump and reject racism.
No, you don't tell me you support.
How you mean? I
don't
mustn't tell you.
support. Who I won't
Are you
support?
an F&M?
You support him. I
I-
don't have a problem with you supporting him, but you don't tell me who to support.
Are you an F&M?
Yes, sir.
Can you see me on TV?
Yes, sir.
Do you see the color of my hat?
Yeah, but you know more F&M. You want PLP, so you jump ship.
No, I didn't jump ship.
You own loyal, man.
No. I voted
PLP. You get up.
I'm not the
You
only.
PLP last time.
Anyway, let's stay with Trump. I want you to reject racism and support Trump, okay?
I don't have a racist bone in my.
Yes, you
my
do,
body.
because you're not voting for Trump because he's white. You stop it.
No, man. No. It ain't got nothing to do with race.
I'm disappointed in you. I can't wait to see you, okay?
All right, sir.
You take
Y'all
it care.
Good evening.
Bye-bye.
My word, you gonna see.
Okay,
It's a matter of time.
okay.
Okay.
It's a matter of
Come on,
trust.
sir, Mr. Spiritual Writer. Have a pleasant evening.
We thank you for your call.
Yeah. And thank you too, sir.
Okay, my
All right.
brother. My spiritual advisor. Hello.
Yeah, coming at the end of the show.
Really?
Yeah.
What time is it now?
Well,
Well, okay.
Call, are you there?
I'm here.
You got 30 seconds. We almost at the end of the show.
Well, we had another homicide this morning,
Yes, we did.
and I want to thank both of you for allowing me to make my appeal. Again, I want to make my appeal. Brothers, connect yourself biblically. Mothers, guardians, whoever, please use your influence, because if you don't, we will continue to have this bloodshed in this country. Please use your influence positively to save your one good son.
Thank you so much, caller. Take care.
Well, folks, we are coming to the end of the show. We thank the Bahamian people who joined us and participated. The Russians are interfering with the United States election. I call on Russia to keep their hands out of America. Okay? America now, it's Donald Trump. Donald Trump. Donald Trump. Donald Trump. God save the United States of America.